everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you how I plan for trips. So anyone that knows me knows that I love to plan trips. I am a huge planner anyways, and planning for trips where I get to go see stuff is even more fun for me. So today I've put together 5 of my top favorite trip planning websites or apps for you. Number 1 is TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor would be my very favorite trip planning tool because it has so many reviews. I never go anywhere without checking TripAdvisor. You can type in any city you're going to or whatever, and you can check for hotels, you can check for restaurants, you can check for attractions, and it will rate them. So you know which ones are the best considered by other people. We always check our restaurants when we're in a new city for TripAdvisor, and it will tell you all of the best ones, their ratings. It will give you reviews and all kinds of stuff. So TripAdvisor is the number 1 thing we use when we plan. Number 2 is Pinterest. We love Pinterest because you can just search for whatever city you're going to, and there will be a ton of blog posts pop up. Like when we went to San Antonio last year, I searched San Antonio attractions, and there was just like all kinds of blogs with like top 10 things to do, 10 free things to do with kids, things to do at night, just all kinds of things. We found quite a few things on there to do that you wouldn't normally find out about if you wouldn't have read it. And we also search Pinterest for a certain city, and then we'll search best food, and then you'll usually pop up a bunch of blogs with like top 10 things to eat in the city, things to eat before you leave the city, things, stuff like that. Number 3 is Google Maps. We use Google Maps. When we start planning a trip, we put in our destination and all of the stops along the way, and then it will tell us how far in between, and then we can decide if we need some extra stops in there, if we got too long a days, not long enough days, and kind of rework our trip. We also use Google Maps. This is a super handy tip if you have a motorhome or a camper or anything large like that you're going on vacation with. We search Google, like if we're wanting to stop for lunch somewhere in a big town and we know we will have the camper with us, we will search that town and then search restaurants in that town on Google Maps, and then all the restaurants will pop up, and if there's one we think we would want to go to, we do Google Earth or Google Street View, and we can see if there's going to be parking areas available for us with a big camper. And we try to find restaurants that are going to be in like a strip of stores behind it, kind of like either a Walmart or something like that along behind it or somewhere close to it, because there's almost always parking in lots like that. So that is my tip number 3. Okay, so number 4 is Roadtrippers. Roadtrippers is an app and a website, I think. We use the website, and the unique thing about Roadtrippers is that it will tell you all the unique things along the way. Like you put in where you're starting and where your destination is, and then all along your route it will tell you restaurants, it will tell you unique roadside things that are must-sees, it will tell you attractions, things like that. Like we are planning a trip out west next spring. It will be a 3-week trip, and on that trip we've got a couple places that we're stopping, like world's biggest jackalope, and you can sit on it, take pictures and stuff. It's just at a little gas station roadside thing, but it's just something that if you need a break to stop, something neat along the way. So check that out for unique things along your path. And my final trip planning website I use is Allstays. Allstays is good if you are, again, a motorhome or pulling a camper. Allstays is also an app, but I just usually use the website when I'm planning. And you can search by state, you can search by city, and then it will tell you all of the campgrounds in that area. It will also tell you Walmarts that you can boondock and Walmarts you can't boondock. It will tell you where rest areas is. It will tell you boondocking locations. It will tell you all kinds of things like that. So Allstays is a great tool for if you are traveling with a motorhome or camper. We also use Google Maps when we are searching for a campground when we travel with our camper. We can just search campgrounds near, and we'll type in the city we want to stop at or that we're staying at or whatever. and then it will pop up all of the campgrounds local. And then you can also search, you can also look at the Google ratings and reviews for those as well. My last tip is we have Kroger Rewards. We do not have a Kroger store. We have a JC store, but it is a sister store to Kroger, so we get all the benefits. Okay, so if you have a JC or a Kroger store and you have the card, some other Kroger family stores is City Market, Food for Less, Fred Meyer, King Scoopers, of course the Kroger store, Smith's, Owens, Pick and Save, Payless Supermarkets, Ralph's. If you have any of those stores, they are also a Kroger sister store, and you should be able to get the Kroger card. And the Kroger card is a gas rewards card, and for every $100 you spend in groceries, you get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. I think up to like 20 some gallons each month. So like last month I spent $300 and some in groceries at our JC store, and so I will have 30 cents off 20 some gallons of gas, which we will use for our trip down. Now, the way it works is that you are rewarded for the past months the next month. So like February, the rewards I earned in February I can spend until the end of March, and then March rewards I can spend till the end of April. So for our trip, we are going down the end of one month and coming home the beginning of the next. So we will be able to use our rewards from the previous month on our trip down and the rewards I've earned that month on the way home. So if you have a Kroger or a JC or one of their sister stores, or if you have a different store that has a gasoline reward system, make sure that you utilize that, because it is a great way to save some money on your gas bill. We also have a Good Sam card. We did not pay for this membership. We got it free last year when we bought some stuff at Camping World. So far we haven't really used it because you can only use the Good Sam gasoline discount is only available at Pilot and Flying J, and sometimes we just aren't close to one of those locations, so we just have not utilized it. I'm not sure if we will renew that, but just FYI for some of you that have big motorhomes or campers that travel a lot, Good Sam Club is a probably something you want to look into. You get 5 cents off per gallon of gas, or 6 cents off per gallon of diesel at Pilot and Flying J's. Granted, it's not a whole lot of a discount, but if you have a huge tank and you're traveling a huge trip, 5 or 6 cents a gallon could add up eventually. So that might be something you want to check into as well. So that is my trip planning tips. Number one, if I'm planning a trip, I just start with Pinterest, figure out some things that I want to see in the cities, and then we kind of go from there over where we stay, and then we look up restaurants where we want to eat. We like to go local when we are in a new city and try some local cuisine, local favorite restaurants instead of chains that we can get at home. So we look up restaurant reviews, and then we look up, and then we like to use Roadtrippers to find unique things in the area, or sometimes even Pinterest will pop up some unique things from locals that you wouldn't necessarily see on for a tourist. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you next time.